Welcome back this week to our new episode. We are going to continue a candid conversation between Fran and myself. And today you'll get to hear a little bit about my story. So here it is. What my experience has been is that, I had, thankfully, I wasn't in a 10-year relationship like that, but I was in a couple relationships that really, I truly loved the other person. Like I still, in my own heart, have fondness for these two ladies. One would be my high school sweetheart, but when you're in high school, you're just so young, you don't know anything. I truly loved her as best as I knew at that point in time. And then moving on later on, probably when I was in my mid-20s, I really thought that I had found the one for me. I really did. And so it took me a while to pursue her. I was never, a very forward guy in making the moves, that sort of thing. I was probably the nice guy in the background that got overlooked, so to speak. And so I was never like one of the top choices, so to speak, of, the ladies or whatever, which is probably, a good thing because I could have gotten into a whole mess of other things. But this young lady, and so it took me a while, but pursued her. We started a relationship, and I was very sold on her. I thought she was the one until, that fell apart. And it wasn't by my choice. It was really by her choice. And so it caused me, although it was a little bit different, it caused me to just really lose my footing in the whole process of just relationships, of love. Wow, it just messed me up for a while, messed up my heart, messed up my head, that sort of thing. And so I think the same sort of thing was going on. I didn't know it because my identity wasn't tied up in a relationship like it was for you. But I think what started to happen is that identity started to form in me. And unlike Fran, who didn't write things down, I'm a person who wants to write something down. But I remember in the time frame of just sitting down and writing out like 15 different character qualities that I wanted to see in my wife. And so I wrote those things down, about 15 of them. I kept them for a really long time, and I ended up, I think, throwing them away at some point in time. I wish I still had them. But I'll tell you this, though. Fran embodied most of what I had written down. Probably 12 out of the 15 characteristics, that sort of thing. And so I think within me, even after my disappointment, my heartache, that I really started to form, some things started to form in me. And I think that's what we're trying to say, is that you have to have some type of evaluation system in place so that it's not just chemistry, it's not just attraction, because you can look at the package and the package looks really nice, okay? And you're attracted to the package, whatever for the girls, the guy that looks like whatever your dream man looks like. And for the guys, wow, look at that girl. She is gorgeous, But then, if you come together, that attraction is powerful. But at the same time, when you open up the book, oh, hold on a second. what was on the cover of the book doesn't match what's on the inside of the book. But you can get ahead of yourself and you let those chemicals start doing their work. And then before long, you're in something that you really end up, it's not good for you long term.
Yeah. But I do want to say that there has to be chemistry. So,
yes,
so just,
totally.
I don't want you to miss the point. Like we started out as friends, but there came a point when he asked me out, and finally we got on the same page with that.
True.
When I really knew that he wanted to ask me out, and he wasn't just asking me out as a friend. And I mean, there was definitely attraction.
Oh yeah, and that's the thing. We're not against attraction. We're not against chemistry.
Right.
You know, that the way that you are designed is incredible. All the chemicals and the dopamine, the oxytocin, all that stuff is within us for a purpose, and it does a great job. The thing is where we want you to be able to go out and truly connect with people who are going to be good for you long term, is to be able to slow down enough so that the prefrontal cortex part of your brain, you know, where your logic and your reasoning is, that the serotonin doesn't dip down so low that it just, you know, knocks that out. You've got to use that part. You know, you just can't go, oh, you know, there's this and there's this, there's a couple red flags, but then you're like, oh, he's so good looking. Oh, he's so charming. And you know what? The kicker is he's got money to boot. you know, but if there's just core things there that don't align with you, you can't go forward, because it's not going to be good for you long term.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, that's really, I feel like, key. That I would, going back to the dating part, I would like go all in. And after 2 dates, I'd be like, I can marry this guy. You know, I mean, I really did that. You know, I mean, it's a little embarrassing to look back on it now. You know, thank goodness.
A little cringe.
I'm matured out of that.
A little ick.
Yes, a lot, probably. But anyway.
But I think you can hopefully relate to some of that, what we've experienced. And so, I don't know, do you have anything else to add just in this little time frame that we're talking about here?
No, I mean, if you have questions, you know, ask us. We're happy to, you know, answer anything. And I will tell you that I say all the time, we were married September of 98. And so we've been married 27 years. And a lot of people who've been married that long will describe marriage as hard. And these are, you know, people that I consider our friends in wonderful marriages. And I just have to tell them that hasn't been my experience or our experience. And I'm not telling you that we're perfect, because we're not. And we certainly, you know, have arguments and disagreements.
Sure.
But marriage is the greatest thing ever invented. You know, to get to live with your best friend and just share life together. It's more than I ever dreamed it would be. And I'm so glad that I get to experience it every day. And so I think that's why we're here. We want you to experience what we experience.
Definitely. That's why we've created this channel, is because we just see the value of being able to share with you, so that hopefully you can learn and you can grow. And I want to see you be able to save yourself from some of the pain and the heartache that we went through. And if you're single, most likely you probably have already experienced some pain and heartache. Most singles do. You know, there are some people that come out of high school, they've had their sweetheart since, you know, 9th grade or something. They marry that person, and, you know, they don't know that. But there's many others of you out there that are watching, and you've experienced heartache. You've experienced pain, you know. And we want to let you know that there is something incredible for you, that you can go beyond the heartache, you can go beyond the pain. It may take you a little while to get beyond that, but you can really have something that is true, and it's honorable, and that it's fulfilling for you for years and years to come. Like Fran said, we've been married for 27 years. We are not perfect, we have our disagreements, but we deeply love each other and we deeply care about each other. And we want to see you be blessed with that type of relationship also. The other thing is that we've got children who are in their early 20s, mid to early 20s now. And so they're going to be, walking this out themselves. And we don't have anybody right now in a serious relationship. And that's absolutely fine with us for the stage of life. But they're going to be wanting to find spouses. And so we want them to be blessed also. And this is just part of our way of really just helping the next generation, and that's what we want to do. We want to help you. We want to equip you so that you can be able to discern what's a good relationship, what isn't a good relationship, be able to spot those bad relationships and pull out of them a whole lot quicker so that you don't get yourself in a pickle in the process. So anyway, that's why this channel is here. And hopefully you've enjoyed this little time where we were just kind of talking off the cuff. But we've got more coming for you. And so we're going to continue to look at relationships. We look at dating, and certainly subscribe, hit the bell so you can get notifications. Share this with somebody that might need just to hear just this unfiltered conversation. And if you have a comment or a question, as Fran was saying about relationships, drop that in there and we'll get back to you. We'll try to, and that'll help us also to form content down the road too, because we want to know really what's on your heart. We've been out of the dating world for many years now. And so I know it's changed a lot with the dating apps and, swiping and oh, he looks good and all this stuff, but we want to know. So go ahead, drop a comment.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate you watching. And until next time, go ahead and build something that lasts. See you next time.
Bye-bye.